Hello and welcome to Thought Provoking Tech. In this episode of Tech Tips, I'm going to be going over the Web Clipper extension uh, using Chrome in this example, but it's also available for other web browsers as well. The Web Clipper extension is a very powerful tool that lets you gather news, articles, or other research and aggregate it into your OneNote notebooks to read later. Uh, which is great if you're writing essays or working on projects or anything along those lines where you'd like to gather this data and just have it stored for later retrieval. So without further delay, let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to start by going to the apps button. That'll lead me straight to the web store. There you can type in OneNote Clipper, and it should be the first link in the extensions. So you'll see OneNote Web Clipper offered by OneNote.com. Make sure you choose the one by OneNote.com. That's the official one. You can see I already have it added, but you will then log into your OneNote account, and you'll be able to snip web articles straight to your OneNote notebooks. So I found this interesting article on Rock Paper Shotgun about this 4K VR headset that supports Steam VR for only $300. Now, whether or not it's good or not, I haven't been able to look into that. I haven't read the article at all, but it's something I want to look at in the future. So the web clipping tool is perfect for that. Now, right off the bat, you can see that you have four options. In my opinion, the full page is crap. You get the entire layout of the web page, so that includes like the stuff along the sideboard. There's tons of comments, which might be useful depending on what you're clipping. But you'll get all these comments, all these ads and crap, like the more from the web stuff, which is mostly just a bunch of clickbait stuff. Nothing against Rock Paper Shotgun, but just like the more from the web, that's kind of how it works. And then you have all the comments. Now, if it's something like a paper that the comments are like useful to what you're kind of doing, they give you insight into like what the person is writing about, then that might be kind of what you're looking for. But for the most part, I very rarely use full page. The region essentially lets you copy a little portion and essentially make an image. So as you can see, you can clip that. It'll give you a link to the website so you can go back and revisit it later to get the full article if you want it. And then you have the video, which kind of shows the breakout of that VR headset. I use region probably 10% of the time. And it's pretty useful, but not my favorite. Now we get the article. That's the one I truly love, and I use this probably at least 3/4 of the time. It's the one I use the most, probably followed by region and bookmark, are probably close to being tied, than full page at taking up the rear. So this clips the entire article in a very easy to read, clean manner that only gets the stuff from the article. This works on the vast majority of websites. There are some websites that it doesn't really work on, but those are the lesser designed websites that just frankly just aren't as good anyways, for the most part. You also have a highlight tool, so if you found something that seems pretty interesting to you, you can actually highlight stuff, and that'll be transitioned to your OneNote node. So I'm going to clip that one just for example. And you can see it says clipped successfully. I'm also just going to go ahead and quickly do another region one just to show you that, and clip that. And finally, I'm going to utilize the bookmark one. It just makes a quick bookmark with a link to the web page and kind of the title, the 4K VR website that's there. And then finally, I will just do the full page just to kind of show you what it looks like inside OneNote. The text here is kind of ironic because a lot of websites it does take a little while to load, and full page is sometimes the one that takes the longest amount of time. But for some reason it didn't show the preview that time, but it still said we could still clip the page. So we'll just go ahead and go with it. So now they should start showing up on my OneNote. I do not have the best internet, so it does take a little while sometimes. So here you can see the article one. You can see the note that I have highlighted. It came through perfectly. And you can also see that YouTube videos are actually playable directly from OneNote. So that's pretty awesome in that regards, where it kind of acts just like the website site itself, and that the videos are playable, the images are all there, the text is there, it's not jumbled up, and it's just a very clean interface to actually read the article in, and it allows you to go back and get information that you might need to retain in the future. The search engine inside OneNote is amazing. So if you like to work on different projects and you use a lot of different electronics components, in my case, I can easily search for data on those components through the search engine rather than have to try to find a bookmark in Chrome and try to find exactly which web page that was listed on. Simply because the search engine is so great within OneNote. Now you can also see the bookmark. It's very simple, or this is just the clipping. I don't think the bookmark I actually did it, but it's just a simple link anyways. But you can see the clipping. It's actually an image. You can save it as an image or something, whatever you want it to do. And just showcase, essentially just cut that image off straight from the website. And then here's the full page one. And you can kind of see why I don't use it. Is you get all the stuff that's along the sides, sidebar, but it isn't clickable though, so you can't accidentally click on a link. However, in this one, I don't think the YouTube videos actually work. Yeah. So that's why the article view is actually quite superior, especially if you're trying to get the article. But if you're like doing a research paper and someone says something in the comments that kind of sparked a ideal for your article or something, then sometimes having the comments and everything is useful. But you kind of see the use of it in numerous different methods, depending on how the content that you're trying to clip and what you're trying to archive it for, or what you're trying to save it for if you're just trying to read it later, or so on and so forth. So I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you did, make sure you give it a big like, as it helps the video in general, as well as my channel as a whole, and I greatly appreciate that feedback. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, as you will be able to keep up with all the videos I release, from 3D printing projects to electronics projects to tech tips like this OneNote snippet series. Finally, check the links in the description below for more great content from me, as well as links to my Twitter account and the MZ discussion board for this video. Thanks for watching.